Good evening. This is Don Pravda reviewing the film Golda, starring the incredible Helen Mirren and co-starring Liev Schreiber as Henry Kissinger. I highly recommend this film. It is filled with dramatic tension. It's an amazing production, and it recollects a very serious time in the history of Israel, and that is Egypt and Syria is surrounding Israel on the flanks. There's going to be an invasion. What does Israel do? They do not invade at first. Then the conflict occurs, and then there is war between the countries, which is being monitored by the entire world. And who is in charge? Israel's first female prime minister, and her name was Golda Meir. She was born in the Ukraine, in the former Soviet Union. In Russia, they moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Therefore, Golda was speaking English with an American accent. She was a very worldly person. She represented the Labor Party, which is basically towards the left. But the handling of the crisis, her personal relationships with friends, members of the cabinet, stellar, outstanding job of acting in that war room, which is very modest as compared to most nations. But Israel's still a young country and emerging and on the brink of losing their nation after only 25 years. They could have been extinct and conquered, but Israel prevails under her leadership. And let's be a little balanced and try and understand some factors. Among them is that she is the head of the Labor Party. She's the only female in the war room. Everybody else is ambitious and supportive. There's a very good moment in the film about Arik Sharon, who eventually became the prime minister. He leads the charge in battle, and he is ready to rock and roll. And he is looked upon as being skeptical, perhaps not ready. And there's factions. The personal relationship with her assistant is very heartwarming. And right to the crux of the movie, Golda has cancer. She is a chain smoker, and she will not stop. She's being treated for cancer. She is bleeding. She is vomiting, and she's in the throes of a horrendous health crisis and constantly going in to the hospital for cobalt treatment for cancer. But as my old film professor said, Samson Raphaelson, this film has dramatic tension. You feel it. They do not show any battles. Nobody is firing rifles, or there's no airplane scenes. It is only the scenes that are featured in the war room. So there's, relatively speaking, just a few different shots in a few different places, not 100 different scenes, but just a few. And Liev Schreiber as Kissinger delivers. And I will tell you something. I have met Helen Mirren. I'm a great admirer, and she continues to rock you at any age. When she was young, a little older, in fact, as compared to what she recently rendered as Catherine the Great, this is better. This is world history. This is Golda Meir. And let's have some parity. What you do not see, and I think is an error, nobody is praying for Israel in this film. There's no rabbis or scholars. There's no Torah study. There's no prayers. It is simply Golda and her Labor Party in the throes of war. It is done very effectively. I highly recommend Golda. You should see this film. And it reflects very, very high moments of tension and history in Israel. They do fall upon 67, but it is focusing on the 73 war, which took several weeks, and it is a splendid movie. I wish to explain to you, I am a member of the Screen Actors Guild, and I am actually a current member. We are on strike, but this has nothing to do with making a movie. It's about a critique of a very special film. Please remain in close connection with us. Monitor our network. Be part of us. We'd like to hear from you. And thank you. This is Don Pravda, critic, member of the Screen Actors Guild, part of the film department in the past of Columbia University. And thank you.